Good afternoon, honored guests, family, friends, staff, my mother Maria, hey Mom, and of course, fellow graduates. This is a huge honor for you all to be here listening to me today. What a treat for you.
We agree.
It's odd that we're celebrating this feat of graduating high school in robes. Usually when you find yourself wearing a robe at 5 in the afternoon, it's a sign you've given up. But today is the opposite of that. We've all accomplished so much inside and outside of the classroom for the last 4 years. A robe and a funny-looking cat toy happen to represent that. Each of us completed 30 hours of community service and then mustered the courage to give a 5-minute presentation on what we did, but more importantly, why we did it. And while some of our projects may have started out as simply fulfilling a tedious requirement, I hope everyone experienced the unparalleled gift of servicing others. This year has been an interesting one. We've learned the NSA is breathing down our necks whenever we're on the phone or online. It's only a matter of time before the government begins to crack down on students across the nation, spark noting the night's reading they don't have time for. Luckily, we've had the privilege of teachers here at Windsor High making ostensibly boring books captivating. They've picked books and planned lessons that speak to us in a way we can't explain. We're offered understanding from an author or a character of a book, reminding us that someone else endures our struggles. While we're surrounded by nearly 1,800 students, it's so often that we feel alone. And I think we've all been warmed when a story and all of its characters understand us in a way that even our best friend can't quite comprehend. In each classroom we walk into at Windsor High, we've been encouraged to form our own opinions, respectfully debate about them in class, and most importantly, keep an open mind to new information and to what others believe, which I know can be difficult because everyone except you is an idiot. The future is formidable. That's okay though. We're all about to go into so much debt, we'll be well into our 80s before we pay it off. We're due for a stock market crash pretty soon. And according to the UN, we're going to need to find another planet to live on by 2050. Really, there's nothing to worry about. I'd love to have some bright piece of advice giving us all hope for the future, but the reality is I'm terrified. I have no marketable skills. Reading gives me a headache, and I'm not a particularly hard worker. I put the fun in completely dysfunctional. And I put the capable in incapable. Most of you will never see me again, depending on how often you check the CIA's most wanted list. And although I've established many of you are much more talented than I, and thus more qualified to give this advice, I leave you with this. Don't be scared to be wrong. So much of our lives here in high school have been dedicated to getting it right. But we're going to get it wrong a hell of a lot more than we're ever going to get it right. We're naturally imperfect. Take the opportunity you're given when you're wrong to learn from your mistake. Fess up to it. Ask your teacher, go ask your math teacher what's wrong with your algebra, whether she says, "Oh friend, I can help you with that," or publicly shames you. Apologize to a friend you know you've hurt when you've hurt them, because years later, you'll realize what you did, and you'll miss that friend more than ever. In every facet of our lives, we'll find that having the humility to say, "I don't know," or "I was wrong, how can I be better?" says more about our character than getting it right every time. And if you ever find yourself wearing a robe this late in the afternoon, try to remember your time here at Windsor High. Congratulations, class of 2014. It's been a year worth remembering.